In this edition, we'll be talking about SDG 5, talking about gender equality and what NIMASA has been doing to promote gender equality, or call it gender balance, in the Nigerian maritime industry. With me in the studio today is Syntyche Haruna. You're welcome to this program.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to say congratulations for being the first lady to, sit down on this program with us. I think we're trying to, talk about gender balancing. I hope you'll be fair to us to know that we're being gender, friendly.
I hope you have more women by the time you're done with the 17 goals. That will be gender friendly.
Okay, it's fine. No problem. Let's see how it goes then.
Yeah,
thank you very much. Once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So are you ready for us?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so talking about these United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, we know that these goals are supposed to prescribe or to, ensure the minimum standard of living of individuals across countries, in the world. What can you say about this? How effective has this been in the last 10 years?
Thank you for that question. The UNSDGs, I can say they're interconnected, and their major focus is to promote prosperity, to protect the planet, and to foster peaceful and inclusive living that's across the societies. They aim to achieve that through social, environment, and economic factors, addressing those factors. The practicability, in my opinion, I believe varies, and they vary from region and goals based on national challenges, the capacities of those countries to implement those goals, and also based on global challenges that we have around.
All right, thank you very much for that answer. You've talked about the practicability. It varies across countries, of course, I said across regions. Now to the crux of the matter of today, which I know is what interests you a lot, the gender equality. Now, I know gender equality in these SDGs, aims to promote, positioning women to take over leadership, positions across the globe without being discriminated, right? So, in the maritime sector in Nigeria, how has NIMASA been able to achieve this, in line with the SDGs?
Well, I can say NIMASA's efforts in women involvement in maritime is highly commendable.
Okay.
Yes, because they have programs that are tailored to improve and enhance women involvement in maritime. Let's look at the aspect of capacity development.
Okay.
They have programs that sponsor staff for advanced maritime studies. And in that, you see there is a good representation of women. I benefited from one of those programs in 2019. And I can say it was a very good experience because my program, when I was there, I was the Women's Association president.
And it was mentioned that in the interview. I was addressing that already. Okay.
Yeah, so I have to mention that because it exposed me to a lot of skills. I learned leadership skills. I learned networking. It gave me the opportunity to network
with other women.
Yes, other women, and that gave you like the opportunity to learn what is done globally to improve your own practices. What you learned there, you're able to come and implement it here, which is also an addition or a plus to the maritime industry here. Yeah, we can also talk about the NSDP development program. And NIMASA has done tremendously well in training female seafarers. Compared to the previous times, you're talking about 10 years ago, we can say the number of female seafarers that have been trained is about 20% of the total number trained. And if you check the figures from my little research that I did, it took NIMASA's female participation, that's the number of seafarers, from 2% to almost 10%, which I think is a good leap, a major improvement in the gender equality context.
Okay.
So other things NIMASA does is including women associations.
Okay, WISTA,
like WISTA and
all that.
yes, they sponsor members to attend regional conferences and other events.
Okay, so hold your thought there. Talk about advocacy. What's NIMASA doing on advocacy for women in the maritime, industry? Because that's very, very important also.
Yes, I was coming to that.
Okay.
Yes, because they create awareness and advocacy through programs that they host, especially during International Women's Day.
Okay.
Now there's an IMO in Women's Day for IMO, in
yes.
Women in Maritime Day. Yes, during those events, you find that they organize events to showcase women in maritime, thereby making more women interested in the maritime sector.
Well, thank you very much, Syntyche, for this very explicit answer. Right, for me, there's this question that has been coming to mind, and I think it's kind of sparks up some controversies regarding gender equality. Now, I know you want to defend your women, definitely. But then, tell me, or tell your viewers.
Yeah.
Are we talking about gender equality or gender equity? How does it sound? Gender equality, gender equity. They say what a man can do, a woman can do better, but not in all scenarios, right? I know you don't agree with me. So I would rather, is it that we go for the gender equity, but there's fairness and balance in the industry, or you still want to stick to a gender equality? Tell us.
Yeah, this question is kind of tricky.
Yeah.
But I want to let you know that they are interrelated.
Okay.
Yes. Gender equality provides same opportunities for all.
Okay.
So not minding your gender, the disadvantages you have, it provides the same opportunities.
Okay.
While equity is fairness, that's providing an opportunity,
like a kind of level playing field,
considering your disadvantages and like, okay, this is it. But one thing we have to note is that equity leads to equality. Yes. So if you really want to achieve gender equality, equity comes in. You have to start with gender equity, which gives the mentorship and the advantages there to be able to meet at par to achieve gender equality.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that. So lastly on this segment, of this question, what's your advice for the young girl out there talking about taking a career in the maritime space?
Yeah, to the young girl out there planning to take a career in the maritime space, I would like to advise you that you should believe in yourself. For thinking that means you have the potential to achieve it. So you should pursue relevant education in that aspect. Look for role models, mentors. We have a lot of them. If you go online, search for women in maritime, you will see that. And then build networks through attending conferences. You can get online courses, free courses, maritime courses. When you Google them, you find them there. And finally, I would like to emphasize that no industry is too vast for a determined young girl. You can succeed in the maritime industry as a girl. So you should go into it, and I want to tell you, Nigeria is waiting for your vision, for your leadership, and for your voice. Thank you.
Wow, very fantastic. Thank you very much, Cindy Haruna. She said it all. Just go for it there. No industry is too large for a woman or for the young ladies to also go and explore their, their potentials. It's a wrap on this segment. I've been speaking with Syntyche Haruna on gender equality in the maritime sector. And she has bared her mind and her thoughts on the essentials of gender equality in the maritime sector, what NIMASA is doing, and of course, she has also helped to, bring the gap in the distinction of equality and equity in the maritime industry. Thank you very much. Once again, I remain your host. My name is Femi Kumuyi. Thank you.